Savior we serve. John chapter 4 this morning and verse number 4. We begin our reading John 4 and verse number 4. So we stand together if we're able in reverence to the reading of the Word of God. May God help us this morning. I'll be brief, just maybe one main point I'll make, and we'll come back tonight and look for a great time together. And I'll be back 5 o'clock youth service, 6 o'clock regular service. Also this week, if you'd like to go with me, I'm preaching Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. The edge of Virginia, Cascade, Virginia. It's really North Carolina, but they call it Cascade, Virginia. It's right up and over the line out of Church of there. It's an old-fashioned tent meeting. And I'll be the preacher up there. And I wish I could offer you something better, but I'll be the preacher. If you want to come, make me feel good, I'd love for you to come. And got a few messages I believe you'll enjoy. Their old-fashioned tent meeting. Probably need to leave here about 5:30. It starts at 7. Take a little over an hour to get up there. Hour and 15 minutes, but you can go with us. It'll mean a lot to me. I'd love for you to go. Tomorrow night, you singers of the church here, you pickers and players, they don't have anything special for tomorrow night, and we're going to feature our singers, so y'all go. We'll get y'all do probably 4 or 5 numbers or something other there. So do keep that in mind. Tomorrow, you leave around 5. Probably need to get there a little bit early. If you need to come a little later, it's fine. Once you get there by 7. If you'd like to come, we'd be honored to have you. Marriage at Bethany Baptist Church on Martinsville Highway there, Cascade, Virginia. John chapter 4 and verse number 4. Father, bless the reading of the Word of God. We need you today. Help us for a little while in Jesus' name. Amen. John 4 and 4. And he must needs go through Samaria. Then cometh he to a city of Samaria, which is called Sychar, near to the parcel of ground that Jacob gave to his son Joseph. Now Jacob's well was there. I'm glad Jacob left an impression. Your well was still there. And the old well at the house there, I got a well house out there. You know, I could architecturally tear it down and dump rocks and dirt down the hole, but the old well still sitting there. I call it out the pump house now. Well house, out the well house, the pump house. But Jacob's well was there. Many times they stopped up Jacob's well, but Jacob, with his loved ones and dear friends in faith, unstopped the well. Many times Jacob dug a well. I heard Buster Seaton. I was with him one time up in Pisgah Forest, North Carolina. He was preaching, we was singing. Brother Buster preaching, he was sweating hard. He was sweating all the way down saying, because you know Brother Brian, you know Brother Buster Seaton. And Miss Martin, you remember them, and Matthew, y'all travel with me, remember that? God, he'd be sweating on down his socks, his shoe be squishing. He'd wipe his sweat with that coat. He said, oh, thank God. Said Jacob was digging that well. Said everybody that left said, you might as well give up, Jacob. You're not going to hit water. Said Jacob down there with a chisel and a hammer. He said, I think I'll just strike it one more time. He said he cracked that rock through it. Here come the water bursting out. Break out. He preached on there, still water in the well. Okay, God, I heard that. I ain't never got over that. And he like he was baptized with water. He was sweating, preaching like a wild man. And but so many times Jacob was discouraged. Many times Jacob got his well stopped up. Many times Jacob was digging the well, and he come a long way down. It seemed like no progress or no benefit was given for his hard work. But it said Jesus mentioned his Bible, now Jacob's well was there. I wonder if it was that well that maybe Jacob wanted to give up on. Or been stopped up and the unstopped. But yeah, Jacob's well was there. And maybe you feel like someone stopped your well up, or maybe you feel like giving up and not digging anymore and striking and digging, punching through the more water. But I tell you what, there's going to come a day, it may be the Lord, or maybe a great Christian going to come and sit on your well one day. What kind of legacy are we going to leave? Now Jacob's well was there. Dear God, ain't that wonderful? That's good though there. It said this, then coming to a city of Samaria, which is called Sychar, near the parcel of ground that Jacob gave to his son Joseph. Now Jacob's well was there. It hadn't moved. Jesus, therefore, being weary with his journey, sat thus on the well. It was about the 6th hour, that's noontime in the Jewish day. There cometh a woman of Samaria to draw water. Jesus said unto her, give me to drink. For his disciples were gone away unto the city to buy meat. Then said the woman of Samaria unto him, how is it that thou, being a Jew, askest drink of me, which am a woman of Samaria? For the Jews have no dealings with the Samaritans. I'm glad Jesus broke the generation gap, ain't you? Well, no one else had dealing with it, but I'm glad Jesus did. Amen. Jesus said he came to his own received it not, but to as many as received it, to them gave he power to become the sons of God. I'm glad when I was rejected, I went with Jesus. I was rejected by men, rejected by friends, but thank God I was accepted by Jesus. Glory. Don't mean you ain't going to get tired. Jesus said he was weary he said he was wearied with his journey. He didn't say he's wearied of his journey. He said he's wearied with his journey. I'm not weary of being saved. I'm weary with a lot of things I have to face now that I'm saved. But I'm not weary of the journey. If you read me like that, you totally misinterpreted me. I'm not weary of the journey. I can honestly God say my hand on his bow. I thank God for every problem, every sickness, every health day, every hard day. I thank God. Because if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. That's the truth. I'm not weary of the journey. I'm weary with some of the journey. But I ain't weary of it. No, I'm not weary. I'm enjoying it. I mean, it's pretty crazy. I know, but I'm enjoying the journey. Has to be a little bit crazy. You ever see a crazy person discouraged? You ever see a little child, precious child, maybe with Down syndrome? You never see one that ain't happy. The other day I saw a family. I knew the family was rough as a call, probably drug addicts. I don't know. It's at Walmart. And behind them, and I know why I saw her. She's in the car, went to get her medicine. That's what you do when you get 50, you go get medicine. You wait in line at Walmart, you talk how high gas prices are. You can't believe Bear aspirin $6 for a little bottle. But I take the 81 milligram, the codeine, enteric. That means that the digestion not in your stomach, but down lower, somewhere in your stomach. I know all about that. I went through class for that. That's what you're concerned about when you get old. Drug prices, gas prices. Jim said, look, it's up to $2.19 again. I said, I know. He said, it'd be $3 by Memorial Day. I know. That's what you worry about when you get old. My paycheck, my pension check can't come in. It'll come. Hillary gets in, you probably never see it again. But anyway, it said this, verse 9, then saith the woman of Samaria unto him, how is it that thou being a Jew askest drink of me, which am a woman of Samaria? For the Jews have no dealings with the Samaritans. Correctly read verse 4 through 9. I'm not going any further, just it's too big a story to get into for a few moments. I want to deal with another verse in 2 Corinthians chapter 11. Zach, send her to read it for me. 2 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse number 28, I believe it was. 2 Corinthians 11, 28. I'm glad, I'm so glad, that Jesus came and sat on the wheel one day for me. I got a picture in my office, not to render painting. He was an artist. Some of the ladies went last night artisting. Invited my wife to go, and I'm glad they did. It's great. And come on to look what I did. I think, oh, thank God. Amen. He said, that was great. I enjoyed that. Hey, I'm glad we can enjoy the trip. Let me say to you, there's some days and we have days we don't enjoy. We don't enjoy it. And there'll be a day tomorrow. I said that I went out Thursday night, I will preach and bless God. God's good. And I got out there looking forward to the day we go to heaven. God, the next day, boy, the devil hit us right square in the face. These days I don't enjoy it. But the journey I'm enjoying. I've been cussed, but I'm still conquering. Oh, man. I've been beat up mentally and emotionally, but I'm still blessed. Aren't you glad for that? Jesus said he came and sat on the well. Now here's a verse in 2 Corinthians. Paul's writing, chapter 11, verse 28. Read to his end.
Beside those things that are without, that which cometh upon me daily, the care of all the churches.
Beside all those things that are without, which cometh upon me daily, there'll be daily things, you may see it, there'll be daily things from without that's going to affect you within. I'm going to preach today on don't let the without affect the within. Don't let, Lord, let me say it again. Don't let the without affect the within. Glory to God, that's good title there. Don't let the without affect the within, Brother Jim. Don't let the, I have to say it so I remember. Don't let Brother Frankie the without affect the within. Brother Frankie, I admire him. He didn't let the without affect the within. Just a few weeks ago, he said, preacher, my transmission fell out of my truck. He don't know his mother-in-law and said it about to go out. Said, pray for Frankie's truck. So I prayed for Frankie's truck and broke it. Now, next time I ain't praying for you. And I don't know. But Frankie had a bad experience with that. He was at the Courtney grocery general store and they're getting probably ham biscuit or something. I'm sure it wasn't good for him. He was down there at the store. And don't let the without, beside all these things that are without, but one that cometh upon me daily, and set the well and put a new condenser in the, do y'all know what a condenser is? Y'all with me now, ain't you? Hey, what's a condenser? Is that in the air conditioning unit? No, condenser. A condenser's a little thing. If it ain't in the distributor camp hooked up, it ain't gonna work. Amen. If your points ain't gapped right. Now some of them got a gap between their head. Somebody need to gap the points up between our ears. But we take that, we find the points, open them up, and in there, and I'll put like a little filler gauge. Can I say to you this? That's what happened to a lot of your points. You put your fillers in the middle of it. I'm talking mechanics with y'all now. But you take your points there, and you loosen the little screw beside the points, and then a little adjusting can, you turn it, and you set the points with that filler gauge. Can I say a lot of withouts, the reason the outs are effective with this, because you set your, with a filling gauge. Well, I feel bad today. I'm talking, don't let the without affect the within. That's where many people in a church are. Y'all be jumping in the rafters, riding J piggyback down the woo! We're going to build a church. We're excited. But you let your little pussyfooting without affect your little whining within. I say you ought to kick your hiney for being whiny. Don't let without affect it. I'm the world's worst. Man, I get a feel of my anger on toenail. It was hurting so bad the other day. Thank God for that Vietnamese fella. And that woman that cut it out. I could have cut the toe off. It was affecting my within. I wasn't joyful at all. Well, I said, why are you so sour? You're hurt till your toe, and I might did. You be sour too. Amen. But don't let the without affect the within. Now, again, if I went up and just smacked it and on old Zach here, he looked nice today, Zach. But if I rubbed his hair the wrong way like that, and I just kept doing it, let me do it, I get some message. God said, do it. And I did this on that without is affecting his within right now. I'll go back down. Hey, notice my point. Things on the without can affect your within, and when you affect it within, it's going to affect everybody else within. You with me now? I told you to be simple. Don't let the without affect the within. Woo! I'll tell you this. Hey, but Frank, I didn't forget about you. You thought I did, didn't you? No. Hey, you're a Baptist preacher, ain't going to forget the chicken, or you're going to forget the offering. So don't worry about that. He may forget the announcements. He may forget Aunt Susie's birthday and anniversary, but he ain't going to forget the offering and the chicken. But Frankie, he was down. No doubt he was down. You know, Frankie don't look down. Does Frankie look down? I like Frankie when he gets the bouncing happy. He gets giggling. He doesn't get giggling at him. Man, it ain't jealous. Oh my God, but that is almost so embarrassing. Oh God, so embarrassing. But Frankie was at the store. I was praying for his truck. I was let's pray for Frankie's truck. See if he's going to need one. His transmission about to go out. So I prayed for it. Sure enough, I prayed his transmission fell out. So for Frankie's, I thought I'm just going to get out the truck, leave it sitting down here at the store, and get it towed home. He said, I happen to remember that without did not affect the within. Guess it, his within was messed up. With the outside looked good. But notice this, in his own spiritual heart, how he was affected without, oh my Lord, my transmission just fell out. But notice this, he said, I'm not going to leave the truck here. He said, I just remembered something. He said, I still got, 1, 2, 3, park and drive, and all that's going out. He said, I just remembered I still had reverse. He's a mile from his house. I said, don't let the without affect it within. His transmission was out. But can I tell you how to get you within, re-affected and get it right? I get on the altar. Hey, put it in reverse if you messed up. Say, God, I let the without affect my within. So I'm going to go down there and get my heart right with God. Get all this junk out loud. Now get fired up for God again. And the church of God again. And the power of God. And the sweetness of God. And the mercy of God. Hey, I'm not letting the without affect the within. And this what's on this message we're bringing. At least this morning it was. I said, Frank, what'd you do? He said, I backed it home. I said, wait a minute now. You backed it home? You backed it home? I'm like, oh, down the road in reverse. You wouldn't do that, would you, Jim? Jim, we'll call the tow truck. We're from Chicago. If you got sense and money, you better call the tow truck too. Some He said, that movie, the cars. He said, use your mirrors. He said, I don't need to know where I'm going, just need to know where I've been. That's pretty good to woman, did it? Can I tell you this? When you're without the faith, you're within. You just look at where you've been. Look at where you are and where you're supposed to. You know where you've been, how the devil thought in your life. I got to look where you are now. Glory! I say this, when the without affects the within, just look back where you've been. And think, how did I get here now, where I am now? I'm ushering the church. Glory to God. I'm a leader in the church. I'm teaching at the church. People are looking up to me. I'm working cameras and PA systems and guitars and banjos and all these things. I'm singing in the choir, singing in a group. I'm at the church. Don't let the without affect the within. And beside all this, things without, the things that cometh upon me daily that are without, the care of all the churches. So preacher, I'm really going through it. I am too. So preacher, I'm really hurt. I am too. When you hurt, I hurt. So you don't understand. No, you don't understand. Magnify 80 times, and I carried the load. You hurt me a little self, and I tried to help you and all that. Well, you don't know. No, listen to me. You don't know. You don't know what it's like to face temptation and the powers of hell just because I love you and I love Jesus. Just because of the grace of God, I'm telling you, I will go lose it. But then I'm telling God the truth. I ain't never been hooked on nothing but chicken and Mountain. But I can see how a drug addict can get hooked on pain prescription medicine. If it would not meet all the problems I had to face, Paul said, beside all the things that's without, the things that come upon me, the care of all the churches, I can see how a drug addict would shoot up. If I could take a sting of a needle and waste all my pain, get it all away, I'd do it if I was a drug addict. But I'm a Christian, I can't do that. But I can see how you could. I can see how you can take another Xanax, a pain medicine, or whatever you take, it's open and sleep, whatever. I know all about it. We got all medicines all in our house too. But I can see how you get hooked. You know why? Because it takes away the pain without. I tell you from my heart, all those things that take away pain from without, but there will never be a medicine that you get at the drugstore that can take away the pain that's within. You can't shoot high enough. You can't take a dosage big enough. Paul said, beside all this, the care of all the churches. Jesus, the word that started this message, none of it. He wasn't quitting. No, he's the King of Kings. Around quoted, he being tempted almost like as we are, yet without sin. Here's our high priest. The Bible said he was touched with the feelings of our infirmities. So don't let the without affect the within. Don't let the without. I know this is the point God gave me because he's speaking to hearts right now. Because I know if I ask you, I know God broke my heart for you. I know God's broke your heart because you need it and I need it too. Don't let the without affect the within. Jesus, being wearied with his journey, he could have got up and said, bless God, I'm going back to heaven and let all of you now go to hell. But he was wearied with his journey. He did not let that outward effect of being wearied with his journey affect the inward effect that he needed to minister to a woman that had been having a good time on the outward body, living in sin, fine buzzing like a tramp from hell, having a good time in life, out there messing up in sin, and he did not let his outward weariness affect his inward compassion to help that woman that needed help. He had
despised and rejected of men. But he had time to sit on the wheel. He took time to come to sit down. He said, I ain't got time for this, I'm going home. But he had time to sit on the wheel. And an old tramp-a-five girl come to him, said, woman, give me a drink of water. He gave her the opportunity to be changed and blessed. He said, give me a drink of water. She said, sir, you don't understand. The well is deep and now has nothing to draw in. She was thirsty. She come to the well. She come at noon. You know why? Because all the other reputable people come early in the morning, late in the evening. When they got off work or they went to work. But she come at noon because all the kids would maybe be in school or hidden from the nastiness of her sin. So the nasty, wicked people would come at noontime and get their water so they wouldn't be around the reputable people. And Jesus stopped there at noon. Now this whole experience lasted from the 6th hour to the 7th hour. Get this. Preacher, you'll understand how I'm hurting, how what I'm going through. And listen, folks, I'm telling you, things affect us each differently. They do. I can tell you things that affect you, things that affect Sharon. They affect you differently than they do others. Some things that may bother him may not bother me. Something may bother me. That's stupid. That shouldn't bother you, preacher. Some things that bother my wife don't bother me, and some things that bother me don't bother her. My point is this: don't let the outward affect the inward. But he said this. He said he was sitting on the well tired. Now get this. He sat on the well tired, weary with his journey, and the disciples went to go get something to eat. I wonder why he was so weary and they was going to go get something to eat. They going to go to the store. Hey, you feel like in your life, you're weary and everybody else is going to go to Walmart. You with me? You're worried about to die. You're like, let's go to Walmart. You're sitting there about to die on the well, weary, as weary as you can be. And they say, oh, I feel good. Let's go to Walmart. Let's go shopping. Let's have a good time. Let's go to the park and have a kitty mommy day out. Amen. I'm all for that. If I got my kids back again, I'd have a kitty day out too. Thank God for them, man. They grow up fast. I love my children. But I'm saying to you this, listen to me, you got to hear this. Jesus was weary. Why was he so weary? The rest of them felt like going to have a good time. Maybe because he's the one carrying the load. Beside all these things outwardly, said to carry them all the churches. Here, Jesus raised up 12 disciples that will later on be the forefathers and carry on the pastorhood of the entire church worldwide. They were having a happy-go-lucky lifestyle. He was about to die a word for them. His word about Peter cussing. His word about, John and Peter having jealousy toward each other. Y'all with me now? I'm talking to y'all. Peter said, well, what about John? He said, ain't none of your business about John. Peter, you do what I said do, and shut up and do it. That's what he said in John 21. So, well, I'm just bothered. I'm bothered or more. Almost in the mortuary. Aware. One of them one. I'm telling you, it's looking pretty good. The mortuary is as compared to pastor and some Baptist people. But Jimmy said he was weary of his journey. I know you got to be weary. She's weary. She's weary. He's weary. Little man weary. But can I tell you this? You put it all together. I got to meet with a builder inspector by tomorrow. Jesus, I don't know what to tell him. I ain't no builder. I'm going to look like I know what to say to him. Why? Don't let the outward affect the inward. But Frank, you know what Frankie did? I'm back from him. You ain't forgot your Frank, see? 2 things don't get. Funny story. That's 3 things. Funny stories, the offering and chicken. You don't forget those 3. Funny story with Frankie was a mile and a half. Now, he wasn't in a brown truck, a gray truck, a black truck, or a white truck, something very general. He in a bright yellow truck. And what I would do now, did you ride with him, Angelica? I didn't know. My daddy no truck going backward down the road. Well, Frank said, I remember. Can I say this? So Winter said this. I wanted to go which way I'm going, see, look, see where I've been. But number two, notice here. Frankie said this, I remembered. Number one, remember where you've been. But number two, just remember what you got left. Don't let the outward affect. Remember what you got left. Remember what you got. Miss Pam, she backed her own car and her own motor on one time. She did her own gear, wham, boom, knocked it out. Jim getting old, he lost his dog the other day. It was under his bed. Are you with me today? Are you with me? So those are things that bother me. You know why? It bothers me more. But when I get to heaven, I can say this, because you know why? Because my name is on the sign. When I get to heaven, I've got to give an account for every one of you in here, what I told you. So you can't affect the way I live. I hope to God after 20 years I've tried to make an effect on some of you. If I can't affect you, you need to find somebody that can. I'll weep over you. When's the last time you wept over me? I'm not being ugly. I don't want you to sit there. I'm going to go through. I'll weep when I've got on my knees and God, you got to do this. Went back there and said, we ain't going to go blow his nose, give him a drink of water. I did, but you know what? I said, God, I'm going to preach this, won't you? To melt my heart, so I'll preach in such a way that I won't let the outward affect the inward. Frankie got in that truck and said this. He said, I just remember I was doing a reverse. Back it up. I said, which lane did you back it in? Did you back it in the predominant lane like the way you were headed? And you go in that lane? He said, no. I got in the other lane because that was the way the traffic was going. At least it's legal. You know what I'm saying? Frankie, you help me with this. You help me with this. I don't mean this wrong. I had to fix your truck. I really can't. But I'm glad that transmission fell out so I could cry and tell you how I love you. We'll get it. I'm sure God will do something. We'll get it some help. We'll do something. One of the matter is, he said, I backed it all the way home. And listen to me. Where I'm Mitch this morning, you get older, things are different. Sickness comes. It comes. I mean, cancer comes tomorrow. One of the billions upon billions of cells just burst or crack off or go crazy in your body. You're going to have cancer. Two of them do it, you'll be eaten up with it. And you know what? Apart from God, there ain't nothing you can do with it. So understand, remember where you've been. Number two, remember what you got left. And third, you got to know this. If you had to back up and find yourself on this altar every service, back it all the way home. He backed his truck all the way down the highway to his house. Friend, there'll be times you think you're going forward and you'll be backing up all the way. You know why you back up? Back up because things broke. Back up because you can't make the turn. You back up because someone's in your way. You back up because you know you've gone too far. I'm saying don't let the outward affect the inward. And beside all these things on the outward, you read it there in 2 Corinthians 11, beside all these outward things, the things that come upon me daily to care of all the churches. I'm telling you God's truth. It's stroke on key. It ain't the stroke the key. I've been through that. It ain't the heart issues that gonna key. It's quitting breathing the key. Heard some heavy song with that hammocks. Said my head's underwater, but I'm breathing fine. Hey fool, your head ain't underwater in. Said, oh, I'm so far down. You ain't not. Let me baptize you. I'll put you underwater. And say, how are you breathing? Don't let the outward affect the inward. I'll tell you what the key is, quit breathing. And we get that from the breath of God. The Holy Spirit. I'll tell you right now, I'll be first tell you, from this side to that side, there is not one person in this building, including the pastor, that has the breath of God on he or she like they ought to. See, pastor and a key. No, pastor won't kill you. It's the things, the care of the church is a key. It's trying to make everybody live right, do right, and not do this and do that. That's key. That will effectively kill you. And I tell you, there's one thing that makes you live like that, Lord, like you've never lived before. That's when you get a church that's fired up for God. Don't do foolish junk. Just serve God. Don't let the outward affect the inward. The outward may feel good for a while, but when the outward goes sour, it's inevitably going to affect the inward. And then the inward's going to get mad when I tell you that your inward's affected because the outward messed up. You're the right preacher up in your business. Now I know, I'm not trying to make it my business, but I'm telling you this, if I'm going to give an account for you, I'm going to have a little bit of say in that. Don't let your outward affect the inward. I'm talking to me. I looked in the mirror this morning. God, what a sight. But I can let my outward desires, hey, Brother Ryan said a statement the other day, it ought to be encouraging to me. He said this. And God woke me this morning. I looked in the mirror. I'm telling God to Jim, I looked in the mirror. I looked in the mirror this morning. God brought this to me. He, Brother Ryan said, preacher, your auction house is doing amazing, better than ever. He said, oh, that's a compliment. No, that's a bad compliment. I said, God, I don't want the junk business to boom. I want the Jesus business to boom. And that broke my heart. You have all the junk. I want the touch of the Lord. Rich, you made the money. I made good money. I get the tithe good money. Glory to God. The church is better than me than the junk business ever been. Y'all are good to me and my family. But I'm not trying to promote the junk business. That's my hunting and fishing and golfing. I just like trading on junk. But I tell you, it ain't the junk business that I want to boom. I want to do less of that. I try to give us some boys that won't do this shame to talk fast. It's okay. I'll just give it to somebody else. I don't want the junk business to boom. I want the Jesus business to boom. I want to see the parking lot filled and make parking lot all down to the graves. Up on the, I want the Jesus business to boom. I want the God business to go. Don't let the outward affect the inward. It'll kill you. So we stand together, share my heart. Don't let the outward affect the inward. If you used to have it, you ain't got it, I'll come out and get it, put it in reverse, back it all the way down the aisle, and say, God, I need your power. I need your touch. I need the strength of Christ. Don't let the outward affect the inward. It's so easy, I do it often, I do it. But God help me, don't let the outward affect the inward. The outward recovers quicker than the inward. The outward recovers quicker than the inward. There's some things in your life, in my life, we got to get past. We got to go on for God. Don't let the outward affect the inward. It'll kill you. It's going to kill me, it's going to kill you. all the way home. Put it in reverse. Get in the right lane. But what people going to say, I don't care what they think. I'm not worried about people. I'm going home. I'm going home to people love me. I'm going home to my family. I'm going home to meet my Lord back and all the way there. You look this way, I trust God's energy. Anyway, more on your heart today before we go today. Well, Lord, help us be back tonight. Don't let the hour affect them. I'm telling you, I'm the world's worst. It's very easy. Don't let the hour affect them. The man I'm going to talk about tonight did not let those things around him, the negative things, the positive things, the lucrative things, he did not let those things affect him inwardly. And Paul made one of the greatest statements that I love to quote in the Bible that's probably been ever made about a man other than probably Jesus saying about John, has never been born a woman any greater than John. But I believe this man's right up there with him. Matter of fact, I believe, listen, I believe Paul was in the limelight. This other guy he talked about wasn't in the limelight. But Paul's in the limelight because this other guy was a good follower, a good helper, a good joy helper. I'm going to read about it tonight. And this guy ain't mentioned but 2 times, maybe 1 time in the Bible, maybe 1 other time, but it was just mentioned in the title of one of the books of the Bible. One of the greatest men, I think, in the Bible. One of the greatest. We didn't let the hour affect them. We'll be back tonight, 6 o'clock. You search 5. All right, let's be dismissed. A word of prayer. Be here tonight. We love you. Love to see you. God bless you. Let's go praying. Brother Mike Hall's got a birthday coming up this coming Friday. Happy birthday, Brother Mike. Brother Mike still looks young. He still looks young. Brother Mike, he's probably still in his 40s. I don't know. He's looking good, though. Love you, Brother Mike. Appreciate you, preacher. God bless you. Let's be dismissed in a word of prayer today. Pray Brother Laney had to work today. Pray God touch him. I'm glad some of you didn't have to work, Brother Brian. Thank God, preacher, about the killing. Glad you're feeling better, sister. God bless. Pray those out sick and afflicted in body today. Lord, touch them, okay? Brother Ryan, please dismiss us in prayer.
Dear Father,
Father God.
continue going on, Lord.